6, and they're marching toward that total here in January of 19.
So, I've been a football fan for many years, probably decades. I originally got into football because in 1998 or 99, there was this game called maybe All Pro Football or something to that effect. And it had John Elway on the cover. And it was really cool. And then eventually I got into Madden football. I believe the first Madden I ever played was 2000. Awesome game. And just the most cool experience. And it got me into football, you know? Whereas I probably would have went to basketball or baseball. I went to football because that was the first game I picked up. And so when you play Madden, everybody that plays Madden knows about this, knows that when you get used to it, it's like you get used to the rosters changing. The rosters changing every year is the whole basis for a new football game. That's what gives it its value. That's what makes the kid get up and go out and buy the game in the first place, is the new rosters and the updates and the playbooks and the coaches and the players are different, and they used to have this process back when they made college football games, which have recently gotten bought out by Major League Football, well, NFL. It got bought out. I think honestly it got bought out by the game companies, but I could be wrong. You might want to check me on that. It got bought out because it was selling more, and they had this process where they would upload the players that got drafted from the old games into the new NFL games. And it was like this natural process of evolving the game. But since they've gotten rid of that, and now they just, if you want to put Saquon Barkley in a new Madden game, you just make him from scratch on the game itself. You don't upload him from the old NCAA, 18. You know what I'm saying? 2018. And so I'm trying to record, so please stop walking in. Please stop walking in. And so that's what got me into football. And I say that to basically say this. I have the knowledge. I don't come from out of the clear blue, from Mars, with these weird statements and deductions and opinions, okay? I've seen a lot of games. I've seen some crazy football in my life. I want to tell you something right now. The Cowboys relied way too heavily on Zeke Elliott. Way too heavily on Dak Prescott. These guys are still young. Like, I know they're mature and they're football stars. NFL stars. I know that. But at the same time, you got to have some coaching, finesse, and power out there, man. Like, I like Jason Garrett. But I can't help but feel like he's overshadowed by his team. And there might be a kind of like a disconnect there. Like, it almost seems like Dak is running the team as opposed to him. Or you have this scenario. You have, maybe there's too much ego on the team. Maybe there's too much. Maybe somebody has to take off the husband pants in the relationship between the quarterback and the running back and the wide receiver. Maybe there needs to be sort of a trio, a love triangle there that they need to form. Because right now I feel like there's too much ego. And I feel like maybe they're not sharing the team experience the way it should be shared. I felt that initially with Odell and Saquon Barkley. I felt like, okay, so Odell's just going to come out here and he's just going to keep walking into the locker room, getting these saline injections, whatever he's doing, because he's taking too many opiates, and he's basically just going to self-destruct because Saquon Barkley's getting all the attention now. And so I'm dealing with that with the Giants. And I initially thought that at first. I was like, dude, is Odell just throwing this season? Like, what in the hell? And then they started to pick it up a little bit at the end, but it was all said and done by the time they started picking it up. I was like, is the coach just going to let this shit happen? What's going on? What? Why isn't he saying something? I don't know. I'm the type of person, like, I attack the internal before I attack the external. The external being the playbook, the game, how y'all playing. You need to settle whatever the hell you're doing right now. Whatever you guys got brewing, still water runs deep. The less you say, the worse, okay? You need to get it out in the locker room so you can play well. So there isn't this pressure building up, like a big cancer cell building up out there, and you're not settling it. You have to settle it because it's affecting the team. And, you need somebody to say that. And 60 fucking men in a locker room, or however many, probably hundreds. Now you got media. And depending on how big your media market is, you got probably freaking 1,000 people around you on a regular basis. So I just think I think the Cowboys have to take care of some internal things first, and these egos, man, are real inflated. I feel it, man. Dude, Dallas is a big market. Like, these dudes are treated like kings, straight up. And if you think Philly wasn't getting their ass kissed after the Super Bowl, you're wrong, man. Everybody's calling them kings. But, yeah. Y'all tell me what you think. I think Zeke is great, man. I think he just needs to probably... I think he's good, but I think also there's another issue with the coach on Dallas. I don't know if he's able to tell Dak the things he needs to hear. But that's to be determined. But y'all tell me what you think. This is coming from a Giants perspective. I'm a Giants player. I mean, a Giants fan. So I am not... I just want to say that I am not coming from a hater perspective. Like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to the gridiron. And for one thing, I mean, they're dropping passes. Here's the thing. Zeke, Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, these dudes are the best in the league. There's a couple others that I think Chubb, was that his name? Not Chubb, but something Bub, Bibbity Bobbity on the Browns. He was pretty good too. There's a handful of guys out there. Doug Martin's still pretty good, but I don't, he has his on and off moments. Y'all tell me what you think.